Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to be doing a you versus them reading for the sign of Taurus. Now, I'm going to take a look at what you need to work on, then your current feelings towards your person, your current intentions towards your person, and what actions, if any, you will take towards your person. And then I will do the same exact for them on this side. And I will be also taking a look at your dynamic as well as getting some advice at the end for, how to go about this situation. Alright, now let's get started. Oh, did I mention that this is for the sign of Taurus? I can't remember, but if I didn't, it's for Taurus. Oh, my brain. Oh, that's the 4. Definitely not doing all that. We just need 1. Alright, 1 card for what Taurus needs to work on, please. Thank you. Alright, so we have words. Melting Mask. Allow your spirit self to shine through the many roles you fulfill. Alright, number 16. A role becomes a mask when it distorts, constricts, or conceals rather than reflects a true expression of our spirit self. A mask typically arises out of the ego's desire to be real and in control when, in fact, it is neither. The ego, like the body and emotions, are tools. Their function, when used appropriately and proportionally, is to give authentic form and expression to our spirit self. Drawing this card signifies the impending loss of a mask to an encounter, an event, or a circumstance that incites its melting. A period of confusion, turmoil, or grief may follow this mask's dissolution. It had once served you in some way, therefore it is a loss that can take some adjusting to, especially if there remains a significant identification with an attachment to this mask. The featured mother wishes to assure you that the dissolution of any mask is a blessing. With time you will begin to see that losing the image of who you thought you were or had believed that you need to be is, in fact, the liberating path to experiencing all the more that you are. To support you through this time of impending change, tune into your spirit self's light, love, and stillness. Observe which roles in your life feel good, natural, and autonomous. Ask yourself, what are my many roles at the moment? What does each one mean to me? Would I be more or less of myself without it? Would I be seen by others to be more or less without it? Such roles may include mother, daughter, friend, employee, employer, partner, student, or volunteer. Then ask, which of these roles are draining? Which are energizing? Are any fraught with drama or boring? Do any feel like masks stifling me through obligations I often resent rather than lovingly fulfill? Upon reviewing the answers to these questions, is there a current role that functions more like a constricting mask that you would love to lose or would be terrified of melting? Regardless of how you answer, it is important to keep in mind that you are, in essence, none of the roles you have or wish to fulfill, nor any of the restrictive masks of concealment that they may have or might turn into. At most, a role can transparently and joyously express an aspect of your spirit self. Life is always better when you know which roles are fulfilling for you. Be sure to prioritize and enjoy them wherever and whenever possible. Mother's message. It is important for our mask to melt once the function it had served tips into detrimentally constricting us at our highest level. Alright, so with that, right, I get that what you really need to work on is just like analyzing, taking a note of the many roles that you play currently in your life, right? And really evaluate how they make you feel. What purpose do they serve? Like, does any of this really serve your highest good, or does it do the opposite, right? Because, at the end of the day, as humans, we change, right? We're ever changing creatures. So, at that, that really leaves a lot to evaluate, because with age, right, with the things we experience, we change as people. So, things that were once fulfilling to us no longer are. And once they tip the scale to that, point where they become more of a burden and impede our progress, that's when it's time for that mask to fall off, because it no longer serves its purpose. And a new one needs to be created, essentially, to take its place. Alright, so now I'm going to take a look at your current feelings towards your person. Well, that was the Ten of Pentacles that almost just popped out there. Who you with? Huh, interesting. Let's see. Oh. Alright, I just want to take a look at your intentions real quick before I say anything. Christ. Oh, now everything's just fallen. Okay. Now, at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Nine of Cups. Will you focus? Focus. Alright. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Cups. So this, speaks to wish fulfillment. This is something that, really satisfies you. Something you really enjoy. Now, for your current feelings, first up we have the Sun. With that, I get that this person, they really bring a lot of joy and happiness to your life, and they open you up, I feel, to a lot. Things like new experiences, new people, new places, new things. But here I get that, at a certain point, they did something that you might view as a little shady. And here with Judgment, that's really got you reevaluating the situation here. It's got you looking at everything like, this person, they make me feel good. They bring me a lot of happiness to my life, but you know, if they're capable of doing this one particular thing behind my back, you know, is this something I really want? Like, does that speak to their character in its entirety? Because of your current intentions, we have the Two of Pentacles. So, you know, you want to bring balance to the situation, and I feel like, you know, with the Knight of Swords, you know, there's gonna be a conversation, and you're coming in with quickness. You're not trying to waste any time, right? You want to get this solved right now, because here with the Three of Swords, right? Focus. With the Three of Swords here, you know, I get that you want to bring healing to the situation. That may involve like a conversation where this person expresses, you know, why they did whatever they did, and you know, you get to the root of that issue so that you can make sure it doesn't happen again. And like, you know, you both really, what is that word, you both ensure each other, right, that, you know, what you guys feel is real and what you really want to come out of this particular situation. Like, to make sure you guys are like on the same page and you have the same goals here for this connection. Now, I'm going to be taking a look at what actions, if any, will you be taking towards them. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck here, we have the Five of Pentacles, which tells me, you know, again, I feel like currently you and this person are not in communication, and you really, you know, feel cast out. You know, you feel like this person probably doesn't even care. Alright, so first, here we have Justice. So, you know, I feel like this conversation that you and this person are going to have is going to bring a lot to light, because along with Justice, we have the Ace of Swords, as well as the Three of Wands. So, you are, or rather you are going to attempt to have this conversation with this individual where, you know, you speak your truths, you speak your minds, and you speak honestly. And, you know, that's, depending on how it goes, you know that there are other opportunities out there for you. So, you know, you just want to figure out what is going on, where to go from here. Like, because clearly, you know, you want to work through things with this person, but the question is, you know, do they want to work this stuff out, or do they want to, you know, just keep things as they are and move on? Alright, now I'm going to get something for your person to work on. Oh, come on. Alright. So, for your person, we have card number 13, False Beliefs. Once the untruths that we believe about ourselves are illuminated, so are the ways we can release the false limitations they confine us to. Our unhelpful core beliefs are predominantly invisible. So are the ways they influence our experience of reality. Our false beliefs act as tinted lenses that harmfully distort our perception of the world, others, what is possible, and ourselves. For example, you might believe the falsehood that you are not good enough, that you are unlovable, or that you are bad. Such inaccurate convictions will inform how you make sense of your experience as well as influence the impossibly high or dangerously low standards you have for yourself, others, and relationship dynamics. False beliefs have the potential to be particularly dangerous because we cannot see when others are using them to manipulate and take advantage of us. Our false beliefs blind us to what we allow into our lives and how we co-create or even perpetually repeat an unwanted, toxic, or even potentially dangerous situation. When we can see how our thoughts, feelings, and choices contribute to what is happening for us, we have the key to set ourselves free. Upon learning to see clearly and truthfully, it is up to us to replace our false beliefs with true ones and to live by them. This requires us to love ourselves enough to replace the lies such as "I am unworthy" with the truth "I am worthy." The featured mother supports you in centering yourself with the magnificent light of your spirit self. She encourages you to walk your path to the pace and the rhythm of your own beat and to turn every obstacle into a way forward. This card suggests a time of increasing awareness. By identifying what is actually taking place for you in the present, your refined clarity and focus will begin to change it. It is up to you to continue this process of awakening to your true self and potential by questioning, reflecting upon, and actively dissolving whatever misbeliefs are blocking you from your power. Like the featured mother, walk only at your own pace and according to your inner knowing. Step by step, you will incrementally see what needs to be tended to next and how you can go about it. Journaling is a useful tool and a most loyal and empowering ally for this kind of work. Talking through what comes up in your journaling with someone safe and appropriately informed can be of incredible benefit too. Mother's message. False beliefs create darkness in areas where the mind requires light the most. Hold every question in the illuminating space of your heart. Accept the answer that shines through, even when it is contrary to what you want it to be. The heart, like the owl, is too wise and white ever to lie or mislead. Well, that was very enlightening. Yeah, I really get here that your person needs to work on, like, some sort of positive, self-talk. Maybe try to focus on, like, self-love. Because there's a lot, that their perception is really holding them back from it. It affects the way that, they not only speak to themselves and treat themselves, but it also affects the way that, they speak to others, especially close to them, and how they treat them, because we're all like mirrors of each other. And this is going to echo out, throughout their life until they find a reason to change. Alright, now I'm going to take a look at your person's current feelings towards you. Okay, that was just rude. Alright. Alright, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. So, I get that your person is currently going through a bit of a rough time. They're dealing with, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of issues, a lot of things that are really holding them back. Now, for their current feelings towards you, first we have the Seven of Pentacles. We're going to focus, boom. Alright, so firstly we have the Seven of Pentacles. And to me, this really speaks of, they're taking some time to really evaluate, the current situation there. Like, they're assessing, whether they think that you two can grow together, whether this situation can go further, can grow more. And then we have the Fool, which tells me they're about to take a leap. Or maybe not they're about to, but, they want to take a leap. They want to come towards you, right? Because here we have the High Priestess, and, they have this inner knowing. And that's very interesting because in that false beliefs card, right, reading from the book, it said, that they're going through like an awakening of sorts. So I feel like, what they're going through here, these false beliefs and their overall self is sort of like highlighting things for them, and it's like bringing out their intuition, and they're starting to like trust their self more, trust their like decision making capabilities. And I feel like, that's really guiding them more towards you or back to you, however, your current situation is going. Alright, so now we're going to take a look at their current intentions towards you. Alright, well, things are looking pretty damn good. Further confirmation. Alright, let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, we have the Knight of Materials, aka the Knight of Pentacles. So, this is a process that's going to take a bit of time for them. Any ascension, it's a process. It's going to take time. Essentially, like, their world is being broken down just to be built back up, but better, more sustainable, so they can have a more sturdy foundation to move forward upon. So first we have the Queen of Cups here for their current intentions. So that tells me that they really want to open up to you about their feelings, about the things, that they've been going through and the way that they feel about you in particular. Because next up we have this Knight of Wands here. So, they're trying to come towards you with the quickness. They're coming towards you passionately, filled with emotion, filled with fire. And next we have, what is this? Yeah, we have Awakening. And, to me, that looks like it's coming from the heart chakra, that illumination there, that light. So, I really get that that's something that they're going to be opening up to you about. I get that they're, this ascension is really, like this awakening rather, is really cracking open their heart chakra. It's really like activating them emotionally. Whereas they were probably not operating from an emotional place previously. Alright, now gonna see what actions, if any, they're gonna take towards you. Oop, that was quick. Already we have the Three of Wands here. So that tells me that they see the potential here. They see, which is really curious because in what action you will take towards them, you know, basically the same place, just at the opposite end, they also have the Three of Wands. So, you know, in a sense, I get that you guys are, or will be, on the same page about where you would like things to go from here. Nope, that's like 5 cards, not doing it. And we got cups all up in here, okay. Alright, and at the bottom of the deck, we have the Page of Pentacles. So with that, I would say that they may be approaching you with a small offer, possibly. Because, you know, here with the Three of Wands, they see the possibilities with you. So they want to move towards that. And here with the Six of Cups, you know, I get that they want to open up to you about, you know, their childhood, things that they went through that could possibly, you know, enlighten you as far as, you know, why they've done the things they've done, acted the way they have, reacted to things the way they have, and really, like, really sort of just, you know, let you know that those are things that they plan on working on or they currently are working on. And lastly, we have the King of Cups, which tells me, you know, that they've been holding back, right, all these feelings. And out here we have both the King and the Queen of Cups. And then with the Six of Cups, like, I feel like this person is really, they intend to get really deep with you and really go into things on the more emotional aspect. Now, gonna look into your dynamic, what you bring to this connection, what they bring to this connection. Whoop, that was quick, but too many. Alright, at the bottom of the deck, we have the book, Identity, Consciousness, Manifest. So I get, you know, here, for your, like, dynamic, I get that, you know, there's a lot here about, you know, I get that you're the more, like, spiritual individual in this connection, and you're really going to be helping them to, like, access, you know, I guess spirituality in a sense. You're gonna be like helping them to really realize a lot of things, like speaking about like identity consciousness and manifest, like these are all things that they're gonna figure out in this connection with you. And like here, how it has like the tree, or what looks like, yeah, like two different tree trunks swirling together up and around this book, right? I get that, you're going to be teaching them a lot. They're going to be learning a lot from you, and not just about spirituality. Spirituality is just going to be that sort of like, what would you call it? It would kind of, I guess, be like the catalyst in a way. That would be the thing that like gets them into these things. That kind of like introduces them to these things. Now, book, okay. For what role you play in their life in this connection, we have the antagonist, opposition, deceit, and malice. That's odd. Let's see what the book has to say. Probably should have thought this through. I need to like write down a key with what pages has what cards. Okay, here we go. The antagonist is the main person or force opposing your progress in this story. They may have ideas and goals that clash with your own. They may be the hero of their own story. However, the way they go about things is actively harmful to others. Be wary of people whose actions do not match their words. The antagonist may try to manipulate you or the story in ways that make you feel hurt and lost. Sometimes we're the antagonist in someone else's story. That doesn't mean you're a bad person. Sometimes we must make enemies to stand up for what's right. Now, with that, right, I get that, you're the person who has the ideas and goals that like clash with their own, and that's a part of why I feel like whatever the separation is, whatever caused it, happened. And at the same time, I get that that's also what really trigger them to start like really deeply thinking, and like essentially opens them up to, changing their own life, changing their views and their perception on things. I don't think, you're an antagonist in the sense of like being manipulative or, trying to hurt somebody and like someone whose actions don't match their words. I get that you're actually quite the opposite. I just get that like, in the sense that you challenge them, that you guys have like that clash of beliefs, of perception. But at the same time, that's not a bad thing. Like if it's triggering this person to grow, then I see it as something that's positive. Now for them, we have the healer, compassion, recovery, consent. The healer is a person who uses their gifts to ease the pain of others. There are many modes of healing in this world, but all of them require compassion for and consent from the person being healed. A healing relationship is one of great trust, and it's important to ask if someone wants to help before giving it. Recovery requires us to be vulnerable and admit that something is wrong. This can represent a healing person in your life, but we all have the capacity within to heal ourselves as well. This card appears when we need kindness, medicine, and understanding about an illness or hurt we wish to mend. Yeah, I get that this definitely came out essentially because this person needs to do quite a bit of healing, and that's more so on like the emotional and spiritual aspect of life, of things. And that, with that, I also get that, at the end of it all, right, at the end of whatever the situation is, I get that they themselves can become a healer of sorts. Like, after going through what they've gone through, they'll be better equipped to help other people that are also, in such a situation. Now I'm going to get some advice for you on this situation. Alright, so at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Cups. Oh, come on. There we go. So with that, I get that, you're being asked to really temper your emotions, connect with your intuition, and look at things, from a bit of a different perspective, right? Try to look at this from your person's perspective. Now, here we have the Ten of Wands with Death and the Queen of Wands. So with all of this, right, I really get that you're being asked to sort of roll with the punches. And as you do that, right, you need to really get into that Queen of Wands energy. Like, with the Ten of Wands, right, you're being asked not to overextend yourself, just try to chill out, right? Try to just take some time for yourself. Do things that will, I don't want to say distract you from the situation, but do, like, what is the word? Words are totally failing me right now. Do something that's productive. Do something that will not exactly distract you, but it will keep you in a more healthy mind space as your person tries to, like, figure themselves out, figure all this stuff out. And, with the Death card, I'm really getting, this is a time of change, right? This is a transition not only for them, but for you as well. This is a transition for the both of you. You're both going through a big change right now. And as long as you really embody this, like, Queen of Wands energy, right, you really have this confidence in yourself, this self-assurance, and you don't care what other people think, and just do you and enjoy your life. And when you and this person are meant to come back together, you're going to come back together and things will work out. But you have to let things, shake loose and then come back together more, I want to say, more informed, more healthily. And that's what's really going to allow this situation to properly unfold. Alright, so that is the message that I have for you today. I do hope this message serves you well. Be gentle with yourselves. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.